Hi everybody, this is Lisa.
And this is Joe.
And welcome to your cheap date for October 14th, 2006.
That's Cheap Date, the show that asks the question,
what's a Tim Tam Slam? Is that like something from Wendy's or from Denny's?
Yeah, it is. The Tim Tam Slam.
No, but really, what is a Tim Tam Slam?
I learned about the Tim Tam Slam from listener and local listener, John, who emailed me after he heard our show about the goodies that our pal Rachael in Australia sent us.
Mm-hmm.
A Tim Tam Slam.
A Tim Tam, you remember, is...
It's one of these cookies. You know what? We said it was like a graham cracker, but it really isn't. It's lighter and crispier than a graham cracker. It's not as dense. And
it has a little chocolate fluff filling.
Right.
But it is coated in chocolate.
But evidently, and those of you, Rachael obviously knows this, but those of you others in Australia will know that the cookie is entirely coated in chocolate.
Mm-hmm.
And it's about the size of, what would you say? It's like the size of a business card, only maybe 3/4 of an inch thick.
Half an inch.
Half an inch thick.
Yeah.
The idea is that you bite off each end, and then you stick one end into a glass of liquid, and then you drink the liquid.
What, like molten sulfur?
Exactly. Yeah, molten sulfur. Exactly.
Like coffee or tea or milk.
I've been to some Starbucks that have had coffee that was like molten sulfur, but that's another story for another time. Anyway, so independently, we each tried this. Did we not?
Yes, we did. Neither of us in the presence of the other.
I know. How dare we actually not be in the presence of each other?
I know. What were we doing?
Yeah. So you tried yours
We were on a break.
Yeah, we were.
For 10 minutes. No, we weren't. We never fight.
I'm separate.
Okay.
Oh, no, don't say that.
It's true.
I'm separated from my... Yeah, I went to the bar. I'm separated from my fiance. Oh, really? Yeah, we're separated right now. Really? When did you get separated? Oh, when she left for work this morning.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll probably get back together around 5 o'clock. Okay, we're off track. Tim Tam Slam, baby.
Right. Well, what happened when you did it? I remember how you did it.
I did it. I went to Starbucks and I got a mocha. So it was like heavy chocolate duty stuff. And it was very hot.
And it was a hot mocha. So what happened?
Set it on the table, did the little bite thing, and then stuck it in, and I sucked it through. And as I could feel it, as it was coming through the cookie, and by the time the mocha reached my mouth, it works. The physics of this actually do work. By the time it hit my mouth, the cookie had all but disintegrated in my hand. It was hot and molten, the whole thing. So after I got the mocha, a little taste of mocha in my mouth, I had to quick throw the rest of the cookie in my mouth, and the whole thing disintegrated. And it was awesome. I think that's the slam part.
Oh, possibly.
Right.
Okay, well, I did it with skim milk.
Mm-hmm.
And what first struck me as very funny is I was like sitting at the table, hunched over this glass of milk, holding a chocolate cookie, sucking, and making this weird gurgling noise that sounded very much like... Can I say what it sounded like?
Sure.
It sounded like a bong hit. But not that loud.
Yeah.
But not that I know anything about it.
Excellent.
But I'm sucking and sucking and sucking and sucking.
Boy, if we ever do another promo, I know what clip I'm going to use.
Oh, jeez. And finally I get some milk coming through. Now, I think the point of the sucking must not be to actually ingest any milk.
No.
Or imbibe any milk, but to saturate the innards of the cookie. Or biscuit. Because now what I had, besides a mouthful of kind of sweet chocolatey milk, was... and I couldn't even get a mouthful. I got like a teaspoon. Mm-hmm. But what I had was a cookie, like when you dunk an Oreo and you keep it in the milk until just before it falls off.
Right.
I had a cookie that soft, but inside a protective chocolate shell.
Oh.
It was awesome.
Now, along those same lines, one of my other favorite things to do is to take fudge stripe cookies.
Mm-hmm.
And the idea, now, many of you have seen the fudge stripe cookies. They're like butter cookies. Shortbread cookies, round butter cookie with a hole in the middle. And then the bottom is coated with chocolate, and then the top is striped.
Mm-hmm.
The idea is you take it, you grab onto the cookie, and you stick it in a glass of milk, and you just let it sit there, and you soak it. And then when you pull it out, the coldness of the milk keeps the chocolate crisp, but the milk saturates the cookie and makes the cookie completely mushy.
Oh, yes.
So you're left with this really cool, I don't even know, mush.
Juxtaposition of textures.
And you know what? You are all about the textures, aren't you?
Yes, I am. So, thank you for the tip on the Tim Tam Slam.
Yes. Thank you, John, for that. And also, thank you to Rachael for sending that. Now, the other thing I want to say about Rachael... first thing, before we go any further, you, Americans, can now try this with the Tim Tams because these cookies, very recently, as I learned from listener John, are now available at Cost Plus World Market.
Yeah.
Back in the food section. So
they're called something different, though.
They're called Arnott's Original.
Arnott's Original.
But if you see a big thing of Arnott's Original, check it out, and you'll enjoy it. Thank you very much. Now, what we sent her in the last show, we had mentioned what we had sent her for the food exchange.
Or did we?
We said we were going to because right after the show came out, then she emailed us and she said she received it. We sent her some Frango mints from Marshall Fields / Macy's. Don't even get me started.
No, really don't. M&Ms.
Various flavors of M&Ms.
The peanut butter in the dark and the peanut.
Peanut butter, dark, peanut, and plain. Milk chocolate.
Chips Ahoy.
Chips Ahoy cookies.
And some Chicago trinkets.
Mm-hmm. So when we have received a couple of emails from some people looking to do food exchanges as well. So
all right,
thank you for those. We'll be contacting you shortly with regards to what we're doing there on that front.
Lisa, party of two, your table's ready?
Okay. So
where are we today, Joe?
The Theater of the Absurd. Once again. We are not even at one place, Lisa. We are all over...
Let alone one place where we're going to get called to a table.
We are all over the city of Madison, Wisconsin right now.
Yay!
This past weekend, we went up to visit Lisa's brother and his lovely up in Madison. Actually, they live in Fitchburg, which is just outside Madison.
Madison is a great city. And we love their beer and cheese up there.
Yes, we do.
So, first place we had to go was the farmer's market.
Yes.
Now, I don't know about some cities, but I know in Chicago, you can't exactly... Oh, well, Chicago's not a capital city anyway.
No.
So there's no state capital
They have
here.
several farmers markets in Chicago and the greater Chicagoland area.
But in Chicago, you couldn't just, drive down and go to a farmer's market smack dab in the middle of Chicago.
Well, yeah, you can.
I know, but I mean, it would be impractical.
It would be like a 20-mile drive from a typical suburb,
which would be like an hour.
Right.
In Madison, you can drive right into the city. They have the farmers market set up in the sidewalk that circles the Capitol building.
Mm-hmm. You can get a parking spot a block away from there on the street.
We went it was actually starting to close up by the time we left, so I think we hit it just right. But, gosh, what all did we see? We learned a whole lot about maple syrup at one stand.
Yes, we bought some maple syrup.
We bought some maple syrup, and even better, some maple butter.
Oh, yeah.
Now, I'm familiar with apple butter, which is sort of like a thick version of applesauce. Maple butter it's a creamy maple syrup, but it also has butter blended into it.
It's got a ton of butter in this.
So instead of having to butter your pancakes and then put syrup on them, Oh, Joe.
Oh, this is so good.
Or you can just eat it out of the jar.
Right on your finger. Oops. Oops.
I'll taste this.
Mm-hmm. This is obscenely delicious.
It just tastes like maple. Joe said earlier, and this was brilliant, it tastes like a Yankee Candle store.
No, I said it tastes exactly like the maple Yankee Candle smells.
I think it tastes like a whole store.
Well, that's because that's the most powerful scent in the store whenever you
That's
walk
the
in.
one that always wafts out at you.
Exactly. This came from Marquardt's Tree Farm in Tigerton, Wisconsin. Ingredients: pure maple syrup and butter. Stir.
Yes.
Stir if separated. So does this mean that if I have this on toast by myself, I have to stir it?
If separated from your lovely... No.
Yeah, okay.
Har har.
So, and the people at Marquardt's were very nice. We bought maple butter. We bought a pint of medium amber maple syrup, which was absolutely delicious. Your lovely brother made us breakfast Sunday morning, and we got to use some of the maple syrup on the pancakes he made.
It was wonderful. We bought some cheese, of course.
Oh, we haven't even broken into the cheese yet.
I know.
Do you remember what kind we bought? I forgot.
I remember we bought some 6-year white cheddar.
Oh, yeah. We'll be cracking that open after the show.
Yeah.
Shaving that over popcorn.
We bought... Oh, boy. Joe.
Okay, anyway, continue.
And you wonder why. We bought some kettle corn, which was absolutely the best kettle corn I've ever had.
Yeah, right on the street. From Ernie's Kettle Corn.
Boy, was that a spectacle.
And Ernie was there with his big copper pot.
Anyway, we don't have time to go down that path. What else did we buy? Oh, apple cider.
Apple cider. And what did Craig and Quinn bought something, didn't they? Well, they bought some sort of pastry thingamajigger.
Oh, yeah. I don't even know what.
But they had all kinds
Something
of...
to munch on.
They had all kinds of vegetables. They had flowers. They had dried flowers. They had sunflower. You could buy a big sunflower, a dried up sunflower head for
To
like
use
a
as a
buck.
bird feeder.
Yeah.
They had all kinds of fresh fruits and vegetables. It was
had
amazing.
Somebody was selling the big multicolored pack of potatoes, and Craig said, "Hey, wouldn't this look cool if we just put it on it? It'd make a great centerpiece." And then the lady behind the counter said, or behind the stand said, "Yeah, you could eat them too."
Yeah, they had all the little potatoes, like little purple potatoes and little red potatoes and little white potatoes, all mixed together.
It was a lot of fun, and everything was just delicious there. The cheese stands. Here's the other thing. Being Wisconsin,
Not to mention, it was a nice, like perfect 68, 70 degrees and
It
sunny.
so and if you go there, the cheese stands, they have all the samples. They have little various containers you can taste the cheeses, and then one of them was actually like frying cheese, like doing a sort of a faux saganaki thing. And,
Turns out you can just fry cheese on a griddle.
perhaps we should try that tonight too.
Yeah, that's what we need.
By the way, for those of you who have asked, we haven't done anything further with the deep fryer yet. That's still coming up, so keep those suggestions coming. We got a couple really good ones too, so thank you for sending those along. We appreciate them. So, anything else we want to say about the Farmers Market before we move on to our next stop?
I think we better press on.
Farmers Market is on the square, and it's open and will continue every Saturday through November 4th. Oh, you better hurry up, guys, because you got less than a month to do this. And that is in Madison, Wisconsin, surrounding the Capitol building. That's the Dane County Farmers Market every Saturday.
Awesome.
So after that, we took a little walk.
After that, of course, we were hungry.
Of course.
No, it was sometime after that we went to Ian's Pizza.
Ian's Pizza by the Slice. The last time we went there was after seeing Blues Traveler up in Madison. And Lisa had a piece of pizza.
It was
slice
very
of
late
pizza,
at night.
and she said, "This is the best thing I've ever eaten." I have since heard Lisa say
Why
that.
hold back?
I've since heard Lisa say that 7 or 8 times.
Oh, that's not true. I said it twice that day, and I didn't say it again for months.
Okay, fine. Okay, Ian's Pizza.
All right, Ian's is right on campus at the University of Wisconsin. And they're known for their creatively topped pizzas.
What did you have?
I had pepperoni and mushroom. But it was really awesome pepperoni and really awesome mushrooms.
Okay.
And I think topped with some garlic.
I thought you had the portobello pesto. That wasn't it? Okay.
Nope, just pepperoni and mushroom.
I decided
you
to go.
got
I opted
creative.
for something
You,
unique.
mister, I just want pepperoni. Is that okay?
I...
Put that thing down.
Oh, sorry. I'm just giving Lisa a hand signal right now. I opted for the buffalo chicken pizza slice, which is a crust with spicy chicken, buffalo chicken cubes, breast pieces,
Little tiny nuggets of it.
and blue cheese. Oh,
On a pizza?
you know what?
But it didn't have a red sauce, did it? It didn't
No,
have
it didn't.
marinara.
It had some. It had some sort of cheese sauce.
Like a creamy, like an Alfredo, maybe?
Almost, yeah. Oh, and it was amazing. What did you know? What Craig and Queen had?
I think. Craig had the cheesesteak,
Oh yeah, that's right.
which he said had some kind of cheesy sauce. I'm guessing again an Alfredo sauce. They have a lot of pizzas with the white Alfredo sauce.
They do. Oh, here. They have penny chicken Alfredo, grilled chicken, chicken pesto, chicken cordon bleu, which has, of course, ham and chicken and blue cheese.
And I don't.
Chicken parmesan, barbecue chicken and pineapple, barbecue chicken and bacon.
And I don't remember what Quinn had. It seemed like it was white, and it seemed like she had something really basic, like maybe just white with cheese.
Ooh, and there's a throwdown here, too. The Philly cheesesteak says, born in Philadelphia, better in Madison. They also have a slice called the steak and fries, which is shaved Angus beef, French fries.
Oh, I
and
saw
barbecue
that. It was
sauce.
little bits of crinkle fries.
I know, on the pizza.
There's a mac and cheese.
Mm-hmm. And then, of course, they have tons of veggie selection, including the guacamole burrito pizza.
Oh,
Rice, beans, guacamole, cheddar.
oh, are you kidding me? I saw one that looked like a taco pizza, but I
Yeah.
wouldn't have even guessed guacamole.
Here's one, Kalamata mozzarella, fresh mozzarella, Kalamata olive paste, roast red peppers, and parsley. I bet you that's pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah.
So they have everything from the elegant to the absurd.
And it's a very popular place. The Badgers game had ended while we were there. So suddenly the place was overrun with lots of people in red shirts who were drunk.
Sometime we should cover maybe, well, I guess there's nothing to cover. It's on a college campus, so
Enough said.
not exactly white tablecloths.
No.
I mean, it's good food. It's
college
it's
town
clean
food.
enough to eat there,
Yeah.
but that's about all.
And they're open all hours, and it's extremely popular.
Yes.
And it was
And for
very,
good
very
reason.
Good. Mm-hmm. So Ian's Pizza by the Slice is at 319 North Francis Street in Madison, Wisconsin.
All right.
From there, we took a little walk. There was a little...
Then, of course, after we had pizza, we needed some beer.
That's
So
right. So we walked over to the Wisconsin...
we're on a college campus. Come on.
Walked over to the Wisconsin Student Union.
When in Rome.
The Wisconsin Student Union,
Sorry.
home of those really cool... They have the coolest little patio chairs out there in
Yeah.
3 little colors.
Don't even start on
If
the
you
patio chairs.
Follow the link there. Yeah, it's pretty neat. Yeah, one of Lisa's brother's friends, a guy named Steve, wanted to buy a set of them, and he said they were like, how much were they a piece?
Like
the
a-
chairs?
Hundreds of dollars.
Yeah, they're heavy-duty metal chairs, so I
But
guess
still.
people just steal them. So
We did not do that.
when we walked, we walked to the union. Actually, we had to, before we got to the student union, we actually had to walk through a legalized marijuana.
Yeah.
A legalized marijuana rally that was going on right in the middle of the campus.
People selling tie-dye shirts and playing hacky sack.
Yeah. You know what people... Quote from Craig. You know what people do? The sort of people who play hacky sack, they're the sort of people who get high all the time. And you know what you really suck at when you're high?
Hacky sack.
You see these guys like kicking it. Whoa! There's some old lady, older lady, probably in like her 60s. She had like a stick with ribbons on it, and she was like spinning around.
I
while
did
the
see
band was
her.
playing.
That's
She was
what
wearing
you're
a
good
long
at when
flowing
you're
dress.
high.
Yeah. So
Twirling a ribbon around.
there was a normal stand, selling normal bumper stickers, and there's a huge display talking about how the fact that marijuana is illegal is a big
Is a
government
sham.
is a big government conspiracy.
Mm-hmm.
So we walked through all that, and some band playing what sounded like some extended, Fish Jam or something like that. They were actually pretty good, but
I could have hung out there for a long time,
Yeah.
actually.
Would have gotten a contact high. But you decided to get
Perfect.
your buzz the old-fashioned way at Der Stiftskeller, which is at the Memorial Union at 800 Langdon Street, right in the Student Union at the University of Wisconsin, Madison.
Mm-hmm.
And again, as we said, this was after a football game where the Badgers won.
It was a beautiful day. They have a big patio right on the lake. I don't know what lake that is. There were boats going by. It was sunny and breezy and beautiful.
Gorgeous fall day.
2 weddings going on.
At least 2 weddings. I think there were more.
At least 2.
Yeah.
Having pictures taken there. One wedding party featuring Bucky the Badger.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so we sat out on the patio and drank a few pitchers of beer.
That's right.
Why don't you talk a little bit? I didn't ever go to the bar.
Well, if you had a University of Wisconsin ID or union membership card, which Craig of course had because he's a graduate,
Mm-hmm.
you got a special discount. Actually, you know what? Proof of age and an ID is required for all alcoholic purchases and consumption. So he had to buy it. I couldn't have bought it anyway, but I think he got a discount as well.
Mm-hmm.
They have a ton of beer on tap, which is really cool. We were drinking what? Light and PBR and
Yeah.
what do we have at the end?
Somebody got Honey Weiss.
Oh, that's what it was. Line and Kugel's Honey Weiss. On tap, they have Strongbow Cider, Houseman Pale Ale, Great Lakes Burning River Pale Ale, Newcastle Brown Ale, all the Spaten beers, Sprecher Amber, which is a local Wisconsin brewery. They have Rolling Rock. They have Stella. Don't ask me why. The list will be on the link, but they had a wonderful selection, and then got them in plastic pitchers. $1 deposit for those plastic pitchers.
You'll just be walking off with those.
Right. It was a brilliant night. And it was a wonderful time. Bunch of college kids running around, drunk. Even funnier were the college parents walking around, drunk.
Woo!
So that's Der Stiftskeller at the Student Union at the University of Wisconsin at Madison. So we did that.
And then we were hungry. No, it didn't quite unfold like that.
We're talking a stretch of several hours between during these things that we're describing.
Heaven forbid that people think we're like obsessed with food.
Oh, it's a food podcast, though.
That I was being facetious. Because
Sorry.
we are obsessed with food, and everybody might as well know. Get your finger out of that.
It's another great quote for
Give
the
me
promo.
that. No more maple butter for you, pal. Stop it. You know, someday somebody's going to want to spread that on something with a knife like a civilized person, and there are going to be all kinds of finger dents in it.
It's delish.
I'm going to start doing that with your peanut butter and see how you like it.
Sure, go ahead.
Okay.
We'll have to get past my fingerprints first. Go ahead.
I like when there are little chocolate shavings in the peanut butter jar. Okay. For dinner, we went to Casa de Lara, a wonderful little Mexican restaurant in Fitchburg. And...
Just outside Madison.
Right. And we wanted some tequila.
Oh, that's
right. Tequila
right.
list on here?
I don't think I have the
had.
tequila list.
But we each got a different tequila in... the tequilas ran anywhere from $5.50 to like $20 for a shot.
Right.
Now, I wouldn't pay $20 for a shot, but we were all in the $7, $8 range.
Right.
And, of course, you don't shoot something that costs $8, $10, $12.
Exactly.
You sip it.
Mm-hmm.
And I enjoyed it. Tequila's a bit strong for me to sip.
Right.
But they came in these cute little miniature snifters.
Yeah, it was really cute.
And so we all enjoyed some tequila. And then...
What were you had for dinner?
I'm just looking for it here. I had the seafood enchilada.
Mm-hmm.
A good seafood enchilada... I've had some crummy seafood enchiladas, and I've had a couple good seafood enchiladas.
Mm-hmm.
A good one is fabulous, and this one was good. It was baby shrimp wrapped in a corn tortilla and smothered with a creamy white sauce and cheese.
Ooh.
The thing about the seafood enchilada, because I always get stuff with red sauce. I really like red sauce on my Mexican food. But once in a while when I want something different, the seafood enchilada is so creamy and mild, and it's just savory.
Right.
It has it's a little bit sour and salty, but not at all spicy.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
And it was heavenly.
Delicious stuff. Yeah, I had the mole casero, which is a chicken breast topped with mole sauce, or with rice, beans, and tortillas. So, and what it was a grilled chicken breast, and it was cut into strips, and then it was in this mole sauce, which was just amazing. It was smoky. It was a little chocolatey.
Mm-hmm.
And it was delicious. So I had that. And that was really, really good. That went down nice.
It would have been too rich for me to eat a whole plate of
Yeah.
it.
Now, I was fighting a cold all weekend, too, and this managed to blast through the cold. So that says something about the mole casero. So. Okay, Casa de Lara is at 3040 Cahill, Maine in Fitchburg, Wisconsin. Delicious place there. And then the next morning after our breakfast, we started to head back home. We should mention, it might be worth mentioning that the original plan to go up there was to see the Wisconsin Northwestern football game. Mm-hmm. But we got stuck in a traffic jam just outside Janesville, Wisconsin for about an hour to go, 8 miles, I think it was?
It was bad.
Crawling along. We basically missed most of the game. We decided the heck with it. So we
didn't have tickets, so it was no big deal.
So it was no big deal. But coming home...
Nothing says interstate like Cracker Barrel.
The Cracker Barrel Old Country Store. What can we say about the Cracker Barrel?
You know, the Cracker Barrel is like, now that I think about it, it's only off interstate exits. Only in places where you'd be making a road trip.
That's true. I kind of live near one.
I guess some people live near them.
I did, but still, it was like sort of on.
But
it was on the way somewhere.
Yes, Cracker Barrel is always on the way somewhere. And Sunday morning, well, it wasn't Sunday morning, but early Sunday afternoon. Man, did that sound good. I
know. Now, if you've ever been to one of these places, you know that noon on Sunday is the absolute worst time to go.
But it wasn't at all.
Well, that's because there was a Packers game, and we were in Wisconsin.
Oh,
so
right.
Everyone was at home watching the Packers game. I had the Sunday chicken dinner, which was fried chicken. Oh, my God. It was amazing.
It was amazing.
Fried chicken with a side of mashed potatoes and gravy and corn, I believe I had. Mm-hmm. And then also we had corn muffins and biscuits.
Mm-hmm. And then some carrot cake.
Yeah. No, what did you have?
When I was a kid, we would go to Cracker Barrel because they had vegetables there.
Which, of course, your parents didn't have access to.
No, I mean when we were on the road.
No, I know. Oh, as opposed to like McD's or...
Yes.
Gotcha.
And we had a rule. We had to order off the country dinner special.
Mm-hmm.
And we could pick anything and then any 2 vegetables.
Right.
So that's still how I order at Cracker Barrel. $6.99. You get your meat, you get your potato, you get your vegetable, you get a muffin.
There you go. And what did you have?
I had a pork chop with mashed potatoes and green beans.
Oh, and all look delicious.
And I can say, I feel corny saying this, but it's really true. That's exactly how I would make that stuff at home.
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly how it tastes when I make mashed potatoes, when I make green beans, or when my mom makes green beans, and when I make a pork chop.
Right. Wow. Delicious.
For $6.99. I mean, $6.99. That's less than Panera.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
And it's like a plate of. The thing is, when you eat out a lot, or when you're on the road for like 2 weeks, if you've ever done a 2-week road trip, you don't get any real food.
Right.
Like real food that tastes like it came from plants and animals and stuff. It all tastes like it came from factories.
Synthetically, yeah.
And I'm sure that Cracker Barrel, I know it's not like all organic or anything like that, but it's real food, not laden with crud.
Right. And we also, whenever we go on a trip, we usually we'll stop at Cracker Barrel for breakfast. Mm-hmm. And don't even get me started on the breakfast because they are...
Oh, geez. The 7-course breakfast.
Mm-hmm, they are delicious. So we finished up our meal. We got back on the road. And we were back in Chicago by mid-afternoon. Mm-hmm. It's fun.
It was great. It was a beautiful weekend.
It really was. So, beautiful weekend. A lot of food. Needless to say.
A lot of girls in red Badgers jerseys.
Woo! Woo!
Jill loves making that noise.
And we're going to go into that. So that was our weekend in Madison. A lot of food. There was other stuff that happened in there. Lisa finally got to see the movie Sideways.
Uh-huh.
And what did you think?
It was just as you had described. It was not really about wine.
It's not a happy movie. But then again...
No, but it's an interesting movie. It doesn't have to be happy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a good movie.
Mm-hmm. Had its moments.
People who say they learn much about wine from that movie make me nervous.
Yeah.
Craig included.
Yeah. They do talk about wine, and you do learn a little bit, but you also learn how to be pretentious and that sort of thing as well.
Yeah, you don't. Yeah, you just learn how to act like a jerk.
So, as a sidelight, would you recommend that movie?
Sure.
Okay, so there you have it. So, the cheap date stamp of approval.
It's not hard to get, actually.
Hey.
Well, come on.
We're somewhat discriminating, sort of.
We went to McDonald's, Joe.
These are Rolls Royce. Yes, and she has a really cool little aerial hair clip from the Happy Meal that I bought in the drive-thru on the way up.
All right.
Okay, I think we're ready to let these people go. If they want to get a hold of us, or if they want to send us a guest review, if they want to send us comments, if they want to do that. Why don't you
tell them how to get a hold of us if they want to get a hold of us?
Send us an email. You can reach us at dish@cheapdateshow.com.
Or what if, they have something they want to share with the whole group?
They can post a comment at the bottom of, if they go to our blog at cheapdateshow.com. If they look, it'll say comments, and it'll be a little bracket. It might say 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, depending on how prolific our listeners are. You can click on that, and then you can just type in whatever you want to type in and say, hey, guys.
And let everybody read it.
That's right. Or there's another way. I just made the universal sign for call the cell, which my daughter makes with her cell phone. You can call the Cheap Date listener feedback line at 206-203-3283. That's 206-203-DATE.
Yeah, we'd love to get a voicemail.
That's right. We've gotten some voicemails in the past from several fans and friends. And don't forget the digits. Thank you to everybody for, as I said, offering to do the food exchanges. We'll be in contact with you about that. We've got a couple more guest reviews we need to talk about. We've got a bunch of stuff that we need to...
We are busy little people.
We do. So we'll be sharing those.
We got a wedding to plan.
Oh, yeah.
What do you mean?
Guess we got...
Joe thought once he got me the ring, his job was over.
No, there's all this pressure. Jeez.
I know, it's more work than it ever was before.
So thanks for listening, everybody. Oh, and by the way, if you've made it through the show this far, we also need to make a point that nobody got the reference to the Civil War that Lisa made a couple weeks ago. So
you're going to play the clip later?
Stay tuned. You'll get to hear it.
All right.
We'll talk to you guys next week.
Good night.
Get down. I came to get down, so get out your seat and jump around. Jump around. Jump around. Jump around. Jump up and get down.
This podcast is proudly listed at podcastpickle.com.
Mrs. Claypool, I am so happy.
I just wanted to see if your rings were still there.
Oh, Mrs. Claypool, you're as charming as you are beautiful.
I'm afraid you've used that speech before, Mr. Gottlieb.
Now listen here, Gottlieb. Making love to Mrs. Claypool is my racket. What you're after is $200,000. And you better make it sound plausible, because incredible as it may seem, Mrs. Claypool isn't as big a sap as she looks. How's that for lovemaking?
I think the Europeans do it better.
All right, Gottlieb, it's your turn. You take a whack at it. And keep it clean.
Mrs. Claypool, it is most generous of you to help us. Now, You have, of course, heard of Rudolfo Laspari.
Oh, of course.
Oh, he's the greatest tenor since Caruso.
Yes.
Tonight, with the money you so generously provide, I sign Laspari for the opera company. He will be a sensation. All New York will be at your feet.
Well, there's plenty of room.
And now the opera awaits us. If you both will honor me by occupying my box.
I should be charmed.
And you, Mr. Driscoll?
Well, I'll join up with you later. And listen, Gottlieb, nix on the lovemaking, because I saw Mrs. Claypool first. Of course, her mother really saw her first, but there's no point in bringing the Civil War into this.